with the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coon. The white man to go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied.
It's me now. You're my truth now. I'm here to speak and make it clear. I'm sorry, y'all, for all I've done. But I'm not the only one. In a dark place, I told some lies. But I'm not the only one. We all got secrets under the sun. In the shadows, we played the game. Now I'm standing here taking the blame. A lot of y'all was at the freak off too, so don't put it all on me. That's just the truth. I've been up and down this road trying to find my peace. Confessions of a man without a release. Oh, now, hey. In the mirror, I saw the truth hiding in plain view. I'm coming clean now, this burden to undo. We were all there dancing shadows in the night, acting wrong when we knew what was right. But deep inside, there's more you must see. In this room of mirrors, it's not just me. I walk this path with heavy chains, trying to shed those sins, erase the stains. I've seen the highs and the pushing low, fading in the spotlight, that's how it goes. Now I'm standing here, hard on my sleeve, trying to clear the air, let the demons relieve. Every wrong turn and every mistake led me to this moment, let my soul quake. Plays a part in the shadows deep, lost in the game. It's promises to keep.
All right, hello everyone, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. Okay, so I apologize. I had to play an extra long intro because I forgot to make the video private. I'm like, why is We the People the only one in the chat? So I forgot to make it private. Okay, so my bad, guys. And so with that all been said, everyone please hit that like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure to double check and make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. Okay, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, and as per usual, if you don't like what the queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Hey, Dragon Lily, above all that drama, most hated bronze flat power god, that crazy beach Aries, Jen B is here, G from the land, Sandra, Akia is here. All right, the Leo 504 Nola, all hell no. Okay, so let's get into it. Get those likes up. All right, Charlotte is here. Okay, Trisha, April. All right, Cinchi is here. All right, so shout out to all my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the queen. I see you, Jewel, Belinda, Anita Harrell. All right, so with that all been said, let's have a brief word from my sponsor before we get into these receipts. And be sure to hit that like button. That's the way you can support the channel absolutely for free.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so with that all being said, you can purchase 12 Tribes oil for your hair at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart.com. And for the fellas, don't forget that she sells an excellent beard oil. Okay, so let's get into it. First, before we get into Jay-Z, let's talk about Diddy with his nefarious self. You guys know that Diddy has another lawsuit. A woman who says that she was 16 years old and she was a babysitter has now sued him. Okay, so if you missed that, go back and check it out because I uploaded a video about that yesterday. Okay, just a brief upload. Now, you know, there was some paperwork filed by Crystal McKinney's attorneys. Now, Crystal McKinney is the former model who sued Diddy, and Diddy tried to get her lawsuit dismissed. And so her lawyers filed a response to that. Now, and for those of you who may have forgotten who she is, let me just put her picture on the screen. Okay, that's Miss McKinney right there. And so it was in September, shortly after Diddy was arrested. Okay, he was arrested September the 16th, and then on September the 21st, that's when they filed trying to get her assault civil case dismissed. So let's talk about it. Because here's the thing. I actually think that the reason Diddy wants to get her case dismissed is because she claims that she has the same clothing that she never washed, kept it preserved. I'm sure it's got DNA evidence on it if what she says is true. Basically, I would think that he would want to get that thrown out because that's proof. Okay, how can you dispute it if she actually has the clothing with his DNA on it? So Sean Diddy Combs has asked for an sexual assault lawsuit filed against him to be thrown out. The 54-year-old rap mogul, who was arrested earlier this week on sex trafficking charges, is facing a number of separate civil lawsuits and has sought the dismissal of Crystal McKinney's allegations against him, arguing the statute of limitations has run out. Now, according to TMZ, lawyers acting on behalf of Diddy, Bad Boy Entertainment, and Daddy's House Recording have submitted a response to the lawsuit, arguing that the claims under the Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Law expired in 2010, 7 years after Crystal claimed the alleged incident took place. Though her lawyers cited a local government ordinance which created a revival period for claims, the I'll Be Missing You hitmakers team insisted that New York's law, or the state law, would take precedence and that the state's time has run out. So in addition, the letter argued that Diddy's companies can't be sued because they didn't facilitate the alleged misconduct, so they can't be held liable. Now, Crystal filed her lawsuit in May and accused the rapper of drugging her, and then he invited her back to his music studio after they met at a men's fashion week event in New York City in 2003. The former model, who was age 22 at the time, said the singer and several of his entourage were drinking and smoking Mary Jane at the studio. She admitted that she smoked with them, describing the weed as being very powerful, and claimed in her suit that the joint that she had may have been laced with something else. Now, Diddy then allegedly ordered her to follow him into the bathroom, where Crystal says he forced himself on her, kissing her and shoving her head into his crotch before ordering her to perform an S act. And I'm sure we can tell which one. Okay, so the woman said she refused. Now, then he pushed her head down again and forced her into it. Crystal adds in her lawsuit that she later lost consciousness and woke up in a taxi where she realized she had been assaulted. She states that she had been then blacklisted from the modeling industry and blamed herself for sabotaging her own career. She's seeking undisclosed damages from Diddy. She says she attempted to, take herself out in 2004 and was hospitalized. This is all according to the lawsuit. Now, meanwhile, Diddy is currently behind bars, and we already know that. He pleaded not guilty to all of the allegations. So that was in September, after she filed the lawsuit in May, and he tried to get it dismissed. And like I said, this woman claims to have the clothing from that night, which would likely have his DNA evidence on it, as far as I'm concerned. Now, here is what her lawyers, they just responded to this just a few days ago. All right, so with that all been said, hit that like button, guys. Thank you in advance. Okay, so now here is what they are saying. Your Honor, we represent Plaintiff Crystal McKinney in the above referenced matter. In her amended complaint, plaintiff brings suit pursuant to the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act to address lifelong injuries caused by defendant Sean Combs' sexual assault, physical abuse and or forcible drugging. In accordance with paragraph 2C of Your Honor's individual practices, plaintiff writes to summarize the substantive arguments asserted in plaintiff's opposition to defendant's motion to dismiss her amended complaint. On January the 8th of 2025, plaintiff submitted an FRCP, this letter requesting a retroactive extension of the deadline to submit this letter. On January the 10th of 2025, Your Honor's order was entered. Defendant's effort to dismiss plaintiff's complaint will be futile, as she sufficiently pled her claims and thus should be afforded the opportunity to litigate her claims. A plaintiff is a former model. Now, in February of 2003, plaintiff met defendant Combs at the Sean John Fall 2003 fashion show, during which he plied her with alcohol. Following the event, Combs invited plaintiff to his music studio, where Combs pressured plaintiff to engage or imbibe in alcohol and take a hit of a joint. Upon information and belief, Combs provided plaintiff with a laced joint, and as she felt she was floating after she took a hit. When plaintiff became visibly intoxicated, Combs physically led her to the bathroom that adjoined the demo room. In the bathroom, Combs forced himself on plaintiff, kissing her without consent and coercing her to perform fellatio on him. Soon, plaintiff's modeling opportunities dwindled, as upon information and belief, Combs had her blackballed and utilized his influence to impede her career. Plaintiff has suffered lifelong mental health and career injuries. Now, in the footnotes, it says, in 2022, the New York City Council passed an amendment to the GMVA, which stands for Gender Motivated Violence Act, that creates a revival window, allowing for plaintiffs to file previously time-barred claims until March the 1st of 2025. Plaintiff commenced this action on May the 21st of 2024 within the statutory revival window. And then they referenced the case of Stein versus Rockefeller University Hospital in 2024. So Diddy's not going to get this dismissed. He needs to sit down somewhere. Okay, it's not happening, diddler. Now, defendant's primary argument is that the GMVA is preempted by the Child Victims Act and the Adult Survivors Act. They assert that there is both field preemption, as the state enacted a comprehensive statewide statutory scheme, and conflict preemption, as the GMVA is in direct conflict with the ASA's and CVA's mandates. Now, defendant's preemption argument contradicts binding precedent in Engelman, in which the court held that the GMVA is not preempted by the CPLR. Okay, then they reference the case of Engelman v. Roth. So in Engelman, the court held that there was no preemption as the GMVA creates a civil rights remedy rather than creating a statute of limitation for assaults, and was consistent with the city's broad policing power to enact legislation to protect its residents from discrimination, including gender-related violence. In reaching its conclusion, the appellate division held that New York State's passage of the New York State Human Rights Law did not preempt the New York City Human Rights Law. So his attorneys, Diddy's attorneys, that is, they're trying to say that these laws are contradictory. Okay, that and that, that's why it should be thrown out as well. Furthermore, the Engelman court explicitly rejected the defendant's argument, or I'm sorry, that was in the case of Engelman. But they're trying to prove this is why it doesn't fly, because in the case of Engelman, they argued that the two laws were contradictory, but they're saying that it isn't because one is for a civil rights violation. And so that should have no bearing on the statute of limitations law that they're talking about. So furthermore, the Engelman court explicitly rejected the defendant's argument that the CVA field preempted state law, as New York State has not evinced an intent to occupy the field with respect to the statute of limitations in this matter. Similarly, in Doe versus Gooding, the court found that local anti-discrimination laws were generally not preempted by state law in New York, and that the BGM has been on the books for over 2 decades since its passage in 2000 and has not explicitly or implicitly preempted it. Then they reference the case of Doe versus Black. This court again rejected the exact argument that the defendants make here, that state law field preempted the GMVA. Okay, so in Black, the court found that the state did not indicate an intent to occupy the field as the CVA does, not come close to enacting a comprehensive scheme, and as the state did not create a commissioner or board with investigatory or enforcement power. So the state did not impose direct controls at the local level. The state did not set forth comprehensive procedures for administrative and judicial review. Simply put, there is no detailed and comprehensive scheme. Thus, as this court has previously ruled that the state has not preempted the GMVA, defendants' field preemption arguments must fail. Lastly, applying Engelman, courts have repeatedly determined that there is no conflict preemption between the GMVA and the CVA. Now, the GMVA does not curtail or take away a right or a benefit expressly given by the state, and the GMVA does not act to prevent anyone from filing a claim under CVA. And then again, they reference Black of 2024. They say there can be no collision where both laws serve the same purpose of allowing victims of assaults to seek justice after being assaulted. Indeed, New York Senator Brad Holliman-Segal, co-author and sponsor of the CVA, attested that the legislative intent behind the CVA was not to preempt the GMVA. Thus, defendants' preemption arguments must fail. Defendants argue that they cannot be held liable under the pre-amendment GMVA, and thus such claims must also fail under the statute in its 2022 post-amendment. Yet a court must apply the law in effect at the time that it renders its decision. Okay, so basically saying they have to go by the law that was applicable at the time of this, unless doing so would result in manifest injustice or there is statutory direction or legislative history to the contrary. Right, as the amended statute unambiguously extends liability to a party who commits, directs, enables, participates in, or conspires in the commission of a crime of violence, plaintiff's claims are viable because the amendment is retroactive. Okay, so then they go on to say the corporate defendants also assert that they cannot be held liable under the GMVA because plaintiff does not allege that they directly committed the assault. Defendants' position that an employer must affirmatively act to impute liability for an employee's assault ignores a clear reading of the statute. The GMVA creates liability for a party who commits, directs, enables, participates in, or conspires in the commission of a crime of violence. Courts frequently find corporate liability where the employer had actual or constructive knowledge of the employee's propensity for the sort of behavior which caused the injured party harm. So they're basically trying to say, listen, the corporations that are tied to Diddy that are listed in the lawsuit, they're saying that they can't be held liable for whatever Diddy did. It doesn't have anything to do with them. He did this on his own dime and his own time. But what the attorneys are arguing is that that's not true because they should have known. Either they knew, should have known, or should have had an idea, whatever, that Diddy had a propensity to be violent. And, they had to have known because we all knew, and we don't even know Diddy. Okay? At least most of us don't. Some of you all may actually know it with your nefarious selves. But I'm just saying that's their argument that they absolutely can be held liable. And they can. What is Diddy what is he even talking about? So it goes on to say, the employer knew or should have known that it had the liability to control the employee and of the necessity and opportunity for exercising such control. The employee engaged in torturous conduct on the employer's premises or using property or resources available to the employee only through their status as an employee. Now, plaintiff has sufficiently pled facts that support the corporate defendant's liability under the law. Plaintiff alleges that the corporate defendants had actual or constructive knowledge of Combs's propensity to sexually assault women, as it was an open industry secret. And it was. Now, that's not even alleged. It was an open industry secret because, as I said, many of us have heard about the same things for decades. So if we heard about it out here in these streets, the people working in the music industry, of course, they heard about it. Okay. And it's just like in the case of Harvey Weinstein, when they argued that what Harvey Weinstein was doing for 3 decades, it was basically an open secret. Okay. People knew about it, but they chose to turn their heads. They chose to ignore it and just simply turn a blind eye. And that's the same thing in the case of Diddy. And so they're saying, listen, the corporate entities associated with him, you are liable because you knew what he was doing. And if you didn't, you should have known because everybody else knew. And you likely knew, you just turned a blind eye and didn't do or say anything about it. So yeah, you're absolutely responsible. And I must agree. So with that all being said, furthermore, plaintiff's allegations demonstrated how Combs utilized his elevated status and company resources to facilitate his sexual assault of plaintiff. Plaintiff has pled that defendant Combs was representing Sean John at the event where he met her, promised to help advance her career, gave her his phone number under the guise of career mentorship, invited her to his music studio where he was recording an album, and assaulted her in view of employees who viewed what happened. So even some of the people at these corporations saw what happened. Yes, they're liable. Now, other publicly filed suits corroborate that Combs utilized his employment status with defendants and company resources to assault women. Plaintiff's case mirrors that of Ormond versus Weinstein, in which the court found that Harvey Weinstein's assault of an actress could be imputed to his employer, Miramax. Okay? Ultimately, the court held that Weinstein used his position at Miramax as an officer of the studio and his power to greenlight financing on her project per her film production agreement with Miramax to facilitate his assault on her. Like Weinstein, Combs' history of sexual violence was well known or should have been known by a prudent employer. And that's basically an employer who was doing their due diligence, who was paying attention and keeping track of their employees and what they were engaging in. Thus, corporate defendants are liable for his assault, and for the foregoing reasons, plaintiff respectfully requests that defendant's motion be denied in its entirety. Respectfully submitted, Phillips and Associates Attorneys at Law, PLLC. Okay, I agree with them. Diddy and his attorneys need to sit down somewhere. And like I told you guys, I really think that the reason he's trying and wants this case specifically dismissed is because he knows that this young lady probably has his DNA. And if she does, well, there's no getting out of that. There's no getting out of that, okay? So with that all being said, Janine said Diddy is a serial rapist. Yes, I absolutely believe he is, of men, women, and children. Okay, I absolutely concur. Now, let's talk about 5 Diddy stories that they claim are so shocking that you may not believe them. Now, me, on the other hand, I would believe anything that they said that he did. Pretty much. Okay, so first of all, now, the accumulation of these allegations has led to a significant public scrutiny. Several celebrities, including LeBron James and Kim Kardashian, have now distanced themselves from Diddy, unfollowing him on social media and severing public ties. Events associated with him, such as the annual White Party, have been canceled or rebranded to avoid negative associations. As the proceedings against him continue, the entertainment industry and the public await further developments. Now, here are 10 controversial highlights of the saga as it unfolds in the news. First off, I'm just going to list 5 of them. First off, the freak-off parties. Diddy's legendary parties were orchestrated spectacles of excess, dubbed freak-off parties. These events allegedly involved coercion, illicit substances, and clandestine recordings used for manipulation. They left out blackmail. Allegedly. Now, his high-profile attendees, including Hollywood actor Leonardo DiCaprio and an A-list couple, Jay-Z and Beyonce, and pop star Justin Bieber were often present at these events. Now, the White Party enigma. Diddy's annual White Parties became emblematic of opulence, attracting celebrities like pop star Jennifer Lopez and actress Sarah Jessica Parker. However, beneath the veneer of glamour, allegations suggest these events concealed darker activities such as group orgies. Please pay attention, honey. This is nothing different than the bacchanalias they used to have in the days of ancient Rome. Okay, that's exactly what he was doing. Now, the third, they say unsettling encounter with Liam Payne. You all remember Liam Payne. He died recently, a few months ago, after falling from a three-story balcony. Former member of boy band One Direction, Liam Payne encountered an eerie interaction with Diddy on the Graham Norton show, describing his laugh as the most evil that he'd ever heard. This unsettling experience left Payne apprehensive. Adding more mystery to this is Payne's death from an accidental fall from a hotel balcony soon last year. The fourth is the Michael Rubin connection. Well, who's connected to Michael Rubin right now besides Jay-Z? But Alex Spiro would have us think that Jay-Z and Diddy are not friends or were never friends. But, him and Jay-Z were all booed up, okay? Now, billionaire Michael Rubin has announced the retirement of the White Parties following unwelcome associations with the Diddy. Rubin plans to host similar elite gatherings with different themes and just a different name. It's going to be the same thing, okay? I promise you. It's going to be the same thing, just different names. And the fifth thing is the shadow of Jay-Z. As Diddy's close associate, record mogul Jay-Z has come under scrutiny. There are speculations about his potential involvement in similar controversies. While no concrete evidence has emerged, the association has led to public conjecture and media attention. I mean, I don't know why they said 5 shocking things, because nobody's shocked about any of it. I'm sure we're not. Okay, please pay attention. Please pay attention. So with that all been said, okay, Miss AP said, we all know that's a false claim. Right, about them not being friends? I'm so sure. Red White Entertainment said notification just popped up. Honey, listen, don't be surprised if your notification pops up tomorrow, okay? Because there's people that I follow on YouTube, and I don't get their notifications till the next day. This is all crazy, okay? This is all crazy. So anyway, with that all been said, now let's talk about 50 Cent, Cameron, and Jim Jones. I find it all interesting because Cameron went in on Jim Jones. Now, apparently, Jim Jones had some little slick stuff to say because he didn't like something that Cameron asked or said to 50 Cent. Okay, and Cameron went in on him. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. And I got this. 50 Cent reposted this. So please.
This is what happened, how Joe Mo got cool with us. Those freestyles that we just showed y'all, go Google them, have fun with them when you get time. We were popping. It wasn't no internet. Mace, myself, Big L, even though Mace and Big L on the same page, Bloodshed, my man Herb McGruff, we were super duper popping in the street prior to the internet. Everybody knew we was about to get a record deal. Everybody knew this, nigga. It wasn't no secret. Basically, you heard our freestyles. And you came up to me one day when I was chilling in front of the house, you said, and this word to my dead mother, yo, man, I heard the freestyles, y'all killing shit. Yo, you know my grandmother died. If y'all want to come by and just hang out, y'all could, y'all more than welcome. We like, All right, Jomo, thanks. It didn't really make sense at the time because we like, yo, my nigga, where's Jomo inviting us to his house for? Even though he cool nigga. But it didn't make sense to be going to Jomo house. All this, yo, niggas was on your account. You were fanned out and you begged niggas to come to your house after you heard all these mixtapes. That's how you got in, nigga. You was so cool. And we was like, yo, Jomo's a nice guy. Mace like, yo, I think I'll teach him how to rap. Mace actually taught you how to rap. Literally. He taught you how to rap. You say it. Matter of fact, bring up the clip.
Mace helped me learn how to rap. Mace taught me how to rap. Mace actually showed me, he was the first person to show me how to rap. Mace actually sat me down and showed me the magic to rap.
We taught you how to rap, nigga. How you ran the whole organization. How you made Diplomat. Nigga, you ain't make none of this stuff. You was a fan. I put you down because you had a free crib and you was a nice guy. That's how you got down originally. Period. This all started because I asked 50 Cent a question. Cool. I thought it was cool to ask 50. The shit happened 20 years ago, however many years ago. I thought it was all good. I had no problem thinking, yo, okay. He tricked niggas out their spot, came to the spot. I know 50 said it, and they went on the, he was funny. I thought it was funny when he said the shit. But I didn't think it'd be a big deal because you make up with every nigga that put hands on you. But I see the pattern now. If a nigga agree to disagree with you and don't want to take it that route because they got some genuine love for you, you keep going on and on and on. Every nigga that put hands on you or you get to take you cool with him. I see you with C Gutter. Junior Mafia, cool. I see you taking pictures with True Life. It's cool. Me and DC, y'all having sit-downs to work out. Gunshots was let off with that. Y'all having sit-downs to work it out.
I find it all so egregious, including nefarious, okay? He went in on him. Now, first of all, let me say, D. Judas said 50 Cent is a strawberry shortcake. Please stop hating on 50 Cent. Wasn't that a nice picture of him? He looked so handsome. But let me say this. At the end of the day, Jim Jones is so lame to me. I have never liked him. Of Dipset, he's always been my least favorite. I don't like him or his girlfriend, Christy. I think they're both just nasty, despicable people. And they're bullies. Christy used to try to bully Yandy because she was jealous of Yandy when Yandy was managing Jim Jones. She's been so nasty to anybody that she thought Jim was interested in. Girl, don't be mad at the women. Be mad at your no good man who wouldn't even marry you for how long? Second of all, Jim Jones is nothing but a bully. I remember him confronting this little dude who's about 3'4" because he said something to Chrissy who started with him. And Jim comes up on the sidewalk, running up on this man and all that. Run up on 50, Jim Jones. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. That's what you want to do. Okay, I don't like them too. And the fact that Mace had to teach him how to rap, I never knew that. That's hilarious to me. Okay, that's hilarious to me. Poetical Wind said, Queen Snow Leopard looking beautiful today as usual. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. That is hilarious to me, honey. Who has to teach you to rap? Rapping is something that comes natural from a poetical mind. Okay, if somebody has to teach you to do it, you're not a rapper. Okay, please sit down somewhere. Please sit down somewhere. So that means that he's no different than Drake. Sitting up there talking about Mace had to teach him to rap, and he says Mace was the first person. So how many people really had to chip in and help you? I find it all interesting. This is all hilarious to the queen, honey. Please pay attention. Now, that all been said, let's talk about Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z, y'all think Jay-Z's a boss. Some of y'all think Jay-Z's all this and all that. But no, he isn't. Okay, I assure you he is not. Okay, he's been punked and chomped, and he's been meant to bow down. Okay, made to bow down by the elite. Because you know what? And this was in 2014. Let me just remind you, okay? And this is what the hell I call a chain reaction. Like Remy Ma said. Because Jay-Z dared to wear a chain that represented the 5%ers. See that chain right there? So let's talk about it. Because they pulled his cord and Jay-Z never wore that chain again. That's what he didn't do. So let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, you see, this is why I keep telling you guys Jay-Z is not, I repeat, he is not going to jail. I know y'all want him to go. If he did the things he's accused of, or the things that we've been heard rumors about, he needs to go, but he's not going. And here's why. Because unlike Diddy, Jay-Z is a good ninja. Yes, master. Toby be good. I be good ninja. That's Jay-Z. I want y'all to pay attention. Okay? And he's very respectful to those that have him in check. Okay? He's their puppet. Diddy, on the other hand, has been known to get disrespectful. Okay? And talk slick and act like a whole thug and all of that. So they can't contain Diddy. Diddy is the wild card. Okay? Diddy is untamable, but Jay-Z is very tame. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hold on, beloveds. I just pulled up the wrong receipt. Okay, here we go. So, Jay-Z got backlash. He got backlash for wearing that chain. Jay-Z sparks controversy with 5% Nation bling. Now, this was in 2014. During a recent game at the Barclays Center, Jay-Z sported a 5% Nation medallion, sparking outrage and general confusion about whether reverse racism is a thing. Spoiler, I'm going to tell you right now, it isn't. There's no such thing. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Reverse racism would simply mean no racism. But let's continue. The impractically sized necklace is a symbol of the group, which was founded in 1963 by Clarence 13X when he broke away from the Nation of Islam. Although there are no direct comments about white people in the tenets of the 5% Nation, their public perception is certainly affiliated with not really loving white folk. Or, as Michael Muhammad Knight explained in an essay in Vice, says the first lesson I learned from the 5% was simply F them. Okay? And that they're devils. That's what he said. So when Jay-Z wore that, he got the backlash. Now, as NPR explained in 2006 in an article on the group, the founding concept is that 10% of the people of the world know the truth of existence, and that those elite opt to keep 85% of the world in ignorance and under their controlling thumb. Other essential ideas include the belief that Black people are the original people of the planet and the fathers and mothers of the civilization. This is not the first time Jay-Z has worn the 8-pointed star with the number 7 in the middle. The Christian Post reports that he wore the symbol while promoting Magna Carta, Holy Grail. It has also been noted that the phrase "Peace God" in Run This Town is likely a nod to the 5%ers. According to the Post, when asked whether the symbol had a meaning for him, Jay-Z said, well, a little bit. So this is obviously a dogmatic commitment deserving of controversy. He is not, however, officially affiliated with the group. Jay-Z is not an active member. No one has vouched for him. That's what Saladin Allah, a representative of the group, said to the Post. It was always understood that you don't wear the regalia if you don't totally subscribe to the life. Well, Jay-Z was fronting. That's what he was doing. Additionally, for people who know anything about basketball, apparently Carmelo Anthony also thinks that white folks are devils, or at least has controversial taste in jewelry, because I guess Carmelo wore the same necklace. So with that all being said, after they went in on Jay-Z, like I told you guys, he never mentioned it again. Okay, please pay attention. Please pay attention. Now I'm going to play the audio from when Jay-Z was on the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne the Devil asked him about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. There he is, sporting it again. There he is at a game at the Barclays Center with Beyonce.
Well, at this point now, everybody is up in arms over this 5% Nation chain that Jay-Z was wearing at the Barclays Center.
Yes, the universal flag.
Yes, the universal flag. He actually wore that chain when he came on the Breakfast Club during an interview, and Charlemagne asked him about it. Here's what he said.
Now, if you walk around with that chain all day, people are going to be asking you, what's the science? What's today's mathematics?
Yeah. By the way, this isn't even my chain. I stole it from somebody. Yeah, I'll tell y'all who got off camera.
You stealing chains now? Is it a world star?
Not really stealing.
Does it mean anything to you, though?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't like the conversation either. It's like, I call myself the God because I feel like it sometimes. I study a little lessons, but I'm not into all,
Religion is like a personal computer. You let people in if you want to.
Guess he didn't want to, but according to a representative from the 5% Nation, he said it was always understood that you don't wear the regalia if you don't totally subscribe to the life. And he said Jay-Z is not an active member. No one has vouched for him.
Well, I mean, the universal flag represents the sun, moon, and stars, or the universal family, man, woman, and child. And a unified family is the vital building block of any nation of people. So maybe that's what Hov feels. Maybe that's what he's representing, the unified family.
You were a 5%er at one point.
Yes, I was.
Okay. What's today's mathematics?
Build to destroy. To build is to add onto your life positively, step by step, to destroy, to tear down everything that's negative within your cipher. But I agree with Hov. You don't have to let anybody know about your religion or what you believe if you don't want to. Your relationship with your higher power is exactly that. Your relationship with your higher power. Yes, it's great when people testify and talk about what they believe in because it inspires others, but it's truly nobody's business but you and your gods.
All right, Leonard. All right, so y'all heard it right there. At the end of the day, like I said, after he got the backlash, okay, he never wore it again. All right, the elite made him take that shite off. That's what they did. And when he sat there and said that wasn't his necklace, he was clearly lying. Okay, Jay-Z knows darn well he bought that himself. Okay, in my opinion. And so he commits me with it. But like I said, he was brought to heel. Now, what I can say is, I doubt very seriously they would have made Diddy take off anything because Diddy's the wild card. LaRon Hill said, this is new to me. Okay, yeah. It happened in 2014, beloved. The Hood Reeler said, Jay-Z, you was never part of the nation of gods and earths. You was just around some of us that knew knowledge of self. Exactly. Because remember, he used to follow, according to Prophet, what's his name? Prodigy. He used to follow Dr. Malachi York, too. Learn from those teachings. But of course, DC says, shame on Leonard. And so anyway, Jay-Z was fronting. That's what he was doing. All right. So Hell on Wheels killer who plowed car into wall, murdering 2 people, whined about her handcuffs being too tight. I find it all interesting. Okay. I find it all interesting. Now, you a whole cold-blooded murderer, ma'am. Okay. A whole cold-blooded murderer. Now, listen to this. New police body camera footage captured convicted Hell on Wheels killer Mackenzie Trilla just after cops arrested her for murdering her boyfriend and his friend by slamming her car into a wall. But the tearful teen seemed more concerned about breaking her jewelry than the heinous act she just committed. That's because she's a psychopath. Just like that fool whose mother, 19 years old, and his mother found a severed head and hands in his closet. And when the police rolled up and asked him why he had the head and hands, he said, oh, I murdered this man. Why? I always wondered what it felt like to murder. Who goes around thinking like that? Okay. Now, in the July 2022 clip, a cop walks up to the police SUV and lets out the then 17-year-old Sharilla, who sits cuffed in the back seat after the fatal crash in the Cleveland suburb of Strongsville. Hi, Mackenzie, step out for me. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to how they talk to white folk and rather than talking to us. You could be at a traffic stop getting a citation. Get out of the car. Put your hands on the hood. Okay, pay attention. This woman murdered 2 people with her vehicle as a weapon, and the officer walks up, tells her to step out. Hi, Mackenzie. I love when they call them by their first names. Hi, Mackenzie, step out for me. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2. Oh, what? Are y'all hearing this? Do y'all see the disparaging way that they talk to people who look like me? Nobody's going to ask you any questions. Nobody's going to bother you. But the tearful Shrilla, later convicted of 4 counts of murder for killing boyfriend Dominic Russo, age 20, and his friend Davion Flanagan, age 19, in the crash, was more worried about the cuffs snagging her bracelet. She gave 0 Fs. She gave 0 Fs. Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please? That's what she literally said. Let me show y'all who this devil is. This is the whole Satan seed. I want y'all to pay attention. And then I'm going to show you something that's really going to tick you off. Please pay attention. That's her. A whole murderer. A whole killer. And they're talking to her just as nice. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, that wasn't the part, of course. That's where she was in the back seat. But when she got out, that's how she was talking. Please don't break her bracelet. Now, they don't post the clip of that. But anyway, yeah, she asked them not to snag her bracelet. Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please? You got it, the officer says, as he manipulated the cuffs, then refastened them. I'm not going to tighten these, okay? I don't want to hurt you. I want you all to pay attention to how they talk to these killers that don't look like us. I've been talked to worse at a traffic stop. I'm so serious. Then he led Trilla to another cruiser and put her in the back seat where the shell-shocked teen remained throughout her drive to the station. At one point, the Ohio girl closed her eyes and leaned over as she apparently tried to sleep on the way. Tried to go to sleep? Who the hell can sleep after you just murdered two people? That you knew, and on purpose. A year later, in August of 2023, Trilla was sentenced to 2 concurrent 15 years to life sentences for killing Russo and Flanagan in the deliberate car wreck. She should have gotten life. What are they talking about? Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Judge Nancy Margaret Russo, not related to the victim, mind you, called Trilla literal hell on wheels when she announced the bench trial's verdict. This was not reckless driving. This was murder. She had a mission and she executed it with precision. The decision was death. Now, security video captured Trilla acting with purpose and intent by flooring her Toyota Camry to 100 miles per hour, jumping a curb and careening into a brick warehouse, all because her months-long relationship was reaching an end. A month. Now, she morphs from a reasonable driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street, according to the judge. Russo was in the passenger seat and Flanagan, who was in the back, died at the scene. This is so sad. Oh, condolences to their families. Here's the guy that she killed, one of them. Because they chose to break up with her, or he chose to break up with her. So she took out him and his friend. That's him right there. Isn't that awful? 19 and 20 years old. He was sitting in the back seat. Davion Flanagan. Like I said, prayers and condolences to their families. Honey, some people are absolutely born devils. And I will always believe that to the fullest. Born devils. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. Now, in other news, did you guys hear about that 11-year-old black child who was handcuffed because the police said that she fit the scene? Did y'all hear about that? Please don't tell me I didn't upload that video. Hold on, guys. If I didn't, I am so mad. I think I uploaded. Anyway, with that all been said, it was an 11-year-old. And then we got to talk about how they're saying the fire started. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, with that all being said, let's have a brief intermission while I look for this video real quick. Hopefully I have it in my Canva studio, but we'll just have an intermission so I have time to look for it. Okay, here we go.
Light shining down in the moonlight, one can't help but feel this connection flow with every move. Go along the floor when you smile. Makes me want more. Heartbeat and sing at the sound of soul. Tonight we dance, just lose control. I can't resist the way you move. It's doing this. Your eyes gazing on the stars above. This night is ours. Wrapped in our love, the badness flame. Our melody sweet, can't help but feel the rhythm in my feet. Even like that. Like the earth is spinning. Our love's a dance where we both live. You got that groove. I can't resist the way you move. It's curious.
All right, so did y'all like that? So did y'all like that? Okay, so with that all being said, this is uploading right now, and I'm going to share it in just a second. But while I'm waiting for that, let's talk about how they're saying the fire started. Okay. Now, this came out on yesterday. What caused the LA wildfires? What we know. Investigators are beginning their work to determine the origin and the cause of the huge fires in Los Angeles' area. Palisades Fire, the largest of 3 blazes still burning, may have been started by the reigniting of New Year's firework, according to evidence reviewed by the Washington Post. Now, the fires have destroyed thousands of homes and businesses and killed at least 24 people. Powerful winds have been largely to blame for turning the wildfires that ignited last week into huge infernos. Okay, so please pay attention. They're saying that somebody was igniting fireworks. Okay, I find this all interesting. Not arson, as some people are saying. Now, in all, the fires had consumed almost 40,000 acres. The Palisades fire was 13% contained by Sunday night, while containment on the Eatonton fire had reached 27%. A third blaze, the Hearst fire, was 95% contained as of Sunday night. Now, what do you all think about this? What do you all think about this? Okay, because they're saying that this was fireworks. Well, let me continue. Now, firefighters had responded to a fire north of Pacific Palisades neighborhood shortly after midnight on January the 1st, which neighbors believe was sparked by fireworks. Now, the Los Angeles Fire Department reported at 4:46 a.m. that day that the fire was contained after burning 8 acres and that mop-up operations would continue to ensure flare-ups. The Post used satellite imagery to identify the fire's burn scar. The newspaper reported that satellite imagery taken shortly after the Palisades fire began on Tuesday morning, that is, indicates the origin of the smoke overlapped with the burn scar from the New Year's Eve fire. So a spokesperson for the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, which is leading the investigation, told the paper that ATF certified fire investigators did an initial survey of the area, but the investigation has not begun. Now, Newsweek has contacted the ATF for comment via email outside normal business hours. Another common cause for fires is ignited by downed utility lines. Investigators are looking into whether electrical equipment sparked the Eatonton and Hearst fires. Now, the Los Angeles Times reported that investigators are looking into whether a Southern California Edison electrical transmission tower was the point of origin for the Eatonton fire, which has burned more than 14,000 acres in the hills near Pasadena. Southern California Edison filed a report with the California Public Utilities Commission on Thursday, saying its analysis shows no interruptions or operational or electrical anomalies in the 12 hours prior to the fire's reported start time, until more than 1 hour after the reported start time of the fire. Now, investigators are also looking into whether downed electrical equipment was used in sparking the Hearst fire near Sylamore, the northernmost neighborhood in Los Angeles. The utility company used a report on Friday saying the downed power lines were discovered at a tower in the vicinity of the fire, but that it does not know whether the damage observed occurred before or after the start of the fire. But people want to tell you guys, oh, they're burning the evidence. They're trying to destroy the evidence. Sounds so idiotic, okay? And one of the same people who started that lie is now telling a whole other story, trying to paint a whole different narrative because now she looks foolish. I just want you all to pay attention. Police believe the Kenneth fire, which started in the San Fernando Valley on Thursday and has since been fully contained, was intentionally set. Now, a man was taken into custody in the Woodland Hills neighborhood not long after the fire broke out. Juan Sierra, 33, was arrested by officers after he was seen attempting to start a fire, okay, citing law enforcement email. Now, Sierra was arrested on suspicion of probation violation, but he is a person of interest. And again, he was arrested for felony probation violation. They have not charged him with arson. So Michael Gallner, a professor of mechanical engineering and fire sciences at the University of California at Berkeley, told the Post that we know that fires rekindle in transmission from smolders to flaming. It's certainly possible that someone from the previous New Year's Eve fire within a week had rekindled and caused the ignition of the Palisades fire. Investigations into blazes as large and devastating as the fires that have ravaged the Los Angeles area over the past week can take months, if not longer, to complete. It may be some time before investigators issue their findings on the causes of the fires. Okay, so this is all interesting to me, but let me tell you guys something. Does anybody know, once in the chat, if any of you know, what is the main cause? What is the main cause of a wildfire? Okay, what is the main cause of a wildfire? Does anyone know? Does anyone have a guess? Sunshine Weston says, well, I was reading the Bible and it's writing in there. I read about it all last night. I knew it was God, but the Bible said it will travel the path of the wicked. Thank you. You better preach. See, I be trying to tell people they don't want to listen to the queen, honey. They don't want to listen to the queen. TC Dan said lightning. Priscilla said drought. Dracula says friction. Okay. Rhonda says wind. Most hated bronze flat powers. God says chemicals. Root Tracker said meth labs. RPM said dried leaves. No, it's humans. It's humans. Okay, when they do foolish things. Let's look into it. I'm going to type it on my screen. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to Google it because it's nothing other than man himself. Nefarious people who do foolish things. That's what it is. Main cause for wildfires. Wildfires can be caused by natural events or human activities. Human-caused wildfires are the most common, accounting for 85 to 95% of all wildfires. Now, the natural causes can be lightning strikes or volcanic eruptions, but 90%, 85 to 90% of them are caused by humans. Okay? And let me just scroll down because right here it says nearly 85% of wildland fires in the United States are caused by humans. Human-caused fires result from campfires being left unattended, the burning of debris, equipment use and malfunctions, negligently discarded cigarettes, and intentional acts of arson. You see, and that's why I told you guys that no matter how the fire started, okay, at the end of the day, the Most High is rendering judgment upon certain people, all right, that do nefarious things. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about this 11-year-old child who looks like me, who was in fact handcuffed. Now, before I get into it, I just want you to remember how the Hell on Wheels killer who murdered 2 people, okay, how she was spoken to so nice and kind by the officers. Okay, please pay attention to the whole killer. I don't want to hurt you. I'm not going to put these on tight. Okay, I need you to step out of the car. That's how they spoke to her. But listen to how they speak to this 11-year-old black child who did nothing wrong. They said that she fit the description of a woman who stole a car. I want y'all to pay attention because I couldn't believe it.
Wait, I'm actually so confused. I'm scared. There's another one right there. I'm staying with her. I don't care about what your dad says. Y'all can go. You guys can keep going. No, I gotta stay with her. This is my sister. This is your sister? Yes. You can't just leave her. It's my sister cousin. We're related. We're coming from school. We were literally all just playing in the yard.
Okay, well, like I just said, you're just being detained right now because you're not in the description.
I'm okay now. They stole a what?
Car.
Oh.
They can't drive. What do you mean? Most kids can't drive and they're still out here stealing cars. That's
Right.
a 6th grader. Yeah. I got 12-year-olds driving those kids on Hyundais.
Oh.
Wait, was it a
He
yellow
probably
car?
got Angela.
No, it wasn't yellow. What color was it? Black.
Oh.
What type of car was it?
It was a Kia. Bro, it was one of them Kia boys. Kia girl. Brighton Academy.
Brighton Academy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool right there.
We got out of school at like 1, but we just had to play in the yard.
You guys might just stepping back a little bit. Thank you.
And he's looking at us like it's probably him calling the police on us. She was wearing a pink jacket, pink cargo pants. I mean,
Those are pink pants.
Pink jacket, exact same description.
Yeah.
So, you know.
but did they say she had a bow in her head?
Yeah, I don't know. They're sending me a picture. So as soon as I get a picture, and if it's not her, they'll send it
You
out.
stole a car?
You was with me the whole time.
Okay, but
We was on a whole field trip. How could we steal a car? How long have you guys been walking around together?
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Like, as soon as we got out of school, we all just come in, hang out, and like we'll play in the fields.
Look, like, if you go around the corner, like right over there, you can see where we was playing in the snow at.
You'll see like footsteps and snowmans and stuff.
Snowman.
Snowmans.
Snowman.
Yes.
We didn't make no dang snowman.
Yes,
Girl,
we-
you gonna tell me this ain't you?
Let me see.
I ain't got the same shoes on as her.
That's not her.
That's not her. Let me see.
And she light-skinned it.
Let me,
Not light skin.
let me see her.
That's really not her.
I do see the picture.
Hold on.
Back up, bro. Yeah, we need back up.
Thank you.
Wait. This is crazy.
Is it okay if we throw snow at her?
This is like, she like us this kid. Right.
I'm just here because I'm this one older brother.
And that's my best friend. Who got a yogurt? Oh, you want yogurt? Okay, guys, we need back up. Back up more. Janet, leave me alone before you yogurt at me. I get cuffed on you too. I'm saying
You can't cuff and throw snow at you. Look at you.
bro, there's 3 cops. 1, 2, 3. And he's about to pull up right there. See, now he's blocking us. I feel like this is racism. That's it's not her. I promise we have.
That's not her.
Wait, can I get her phone and stuff?
Everything's gonna be okay.
I know. Let me get her phone. What's her password?
Here, we're gonna keep it
Wait,
with her so
that's-
she can call her parents. Okay?
No, I'm gonna call her mom for her. What's your
No,
password?
we're gonna keep it with her so she can call her parents.
Her
All right?
mom's not gonna want it. Like,
Control 3912.
what's your password?
You're gonna lie and tell me that's not you.
I'm not lying. That's look at her shoes on white. Her shoes do not have no paper on it.
You can't see. Listen, it is what it is.
Zero
If you're
nine.
honest, it'll make it easy.
09 09 20 20 0920.
It's not her.
See, always turn around.
All right, I'm gonna undo your handcuffs now. Okay, I'm gonna grab your backpack forward.
This is crazy. This is okay, Lyric.
It's alright.
Like, this is really, like, crazy. Like, this is so crazy.
I I mean, I'm sorry. You could see how they could match that. Like,
I don't. The braids were way longer. That's two different heights. Y'all can see that she has pink shoes. The other girl had white shoes on, which they were probably Air Forces. Come here. You want to call your mom? Here. Let's go. You walk to me.
You guys are twins, all right?
They're not.
If it is you, quite a well today, but
This girl's got hair down to her ass, so that's what. Like, otherwise, like those pants. I just watched the video. Like, you guys are all like identical. It's not.
I mean, I'm sorry, but you answered the truth pretty clearly.
Okay, let's go, guys.
We're good to go. I'm sorry.
That's racism. They would get the shit from that. You could see. You could obviously snatch at her. Come here.
Okay, that really ticks me off. And I want you to pay attention. Those little girls knew that was racism. And that's what they said. The cops were sitting there because they knew they were recording. They tried to dismiss them. Oh, you guys can keep going. No, we're not going any damn where. Okay, they wanted them to leave her there by herself so they could further traumatize her. That's what they wanted to do. And they also knew that one of the little girls was recording them. That's why they wanted to get rid of them. And then they put handcuffs on her. Now, I want you to pay attention to the psychological warfare of it all. They were purposely trying to traumatize this child. They knew she was not the culprit. I know they knew that. It was a grown woman that they were looking for. It wasn't a child. It was a grown woman. Now, with that all being said, when they detained her, before they were sure, we know they knew I know they knew it wasn't her. But what I'm saying is, even if they had thought that was the person, until they were sure, why would they handcuff her? They're not supposed to handcuff you when you're simply being detained unless you pose some sort of threat. They immediately put handcuffs on that child. This is what they do to Black children. Now you see how nice, polite, and sweet and kind, okay, they handled that little killer who didn't look like that. A whole murderer, double homicide is what she committed. But yet they handled her with kid gloves. Humiliated that child, traumatized her. She's sitting there crying and then trying to tell her friends to keep going. Now, that other little girl who said that's her sister, that wasn't even her sister. She was just saying that because she wasn't leaving her friends. You heard her tell the other girl, I don't care what your father says, I'm not leaving her. That's a friend for life. At the end of the day, this was all on purpose. And then let me tell you something else they were doing. Because they knew that the children were recording and likely knew that this may be posted to social media, they kept saying, well, you know, that's your twin. And the lady was like, they look identical. They look nothing alike. How do we know that? Because the children said it was a light-skinned person. That little girl was dark-skinned. They didn't even have on the same clothing as they tried to portray. Different shoes, different hair. The little girl had a bow in her hair because she's 11 years old. That's why her friend said, does she have a bow in her hair? She was asking about the culprit that they're looking for. Why didn't they hold up that picture that they had to let that be recorded? Because they knew damn well that it did not look like that little girl. Okay? Did not look like that little girl. That was just a way to harass, bully, and intimidate and traumatize those children. And here's another thing. The school was right across the street or right up the street. Why didn't they just go to the school? Because the children said they got out of school at 1 o'clock. They likely got out early because of the snow. They said they had been on a field trip, and then they decided to play outside. And they even told them that they were at a park playing in the snow. They said, you can go there and see the stuff where we played in the snow. Footprints, you can see snowmen. But so they got out of school at 1 o'clock, okay, and they had time to do all of this. Like, make it all make sense. They could have easily just gone to the school and spoke to the teachers, principal, whoever, and said, you know, do y'all have these kids look like this or whatever? They could have done anything but putting handcuffs on that child, and then they want to sit there and pretend that they look so much alike. Anybody could have made the mistake. They literally look like twins. You guys are identical. Then he says, if this is you, after the lady already told him it wasn't. So they're just both full of crap. Okay? They would not have handcuffed a white child. And that's what we all know. Okay? That's what we all know. I want you all to pay attention to how they do these things to people who look like me. It's really getting old at this point. It is really getting old at this point, beloveds. So with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want everyone to please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to make sure on a daily basis, if you can, that you're still subscribed. Oh, hold on. Before you leave, I have a trivia question. I'm going to give away one ebook. I almost forgot. And I meant to tell one of my moderators to remind me because I figured I'd forget. So I'm going to give away an ebook today, but I'm going to ask one trivia question. Above all, that drama says great broadcast queen. Thank you, beloved. I'm going to ask one trivia question, just one. And whoever gets the correct answer first is going to win my vegan cookbook. Okay? So that all been said, Christopher Perkins says rudeness, unprofessional conduct of an officer, improper investigation, violation of the 5th, 8th, and 14th Amendment civil rights. Exactly. Okay, exactly. And I hope the mother sues for her child being traumatized. Okay, Vince I M says again, no answers in the chat. Exactly. Now let's get into it. You're going to have 30 seconds to get those answers in. And it's a simple question. You all should know this with ease. Send your answers to the root of all evil 227@gmail.com. Send your answers to the root of all evil. No answers in the chat whatsoever. You will be disqualified. Okay? So Maria Fox says, where's the link to that song? Which song? The song that I was playing at the beginning? You can find all of my songs that I play during the broadcast, the ones with me rapping, okay? Not the AI generated ones, but the ones with me rapping, you can find all of those on streaming services, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, all of that. You can find them on all of there. Okay, so now with that all being said, and thank you for asking. Now with that all being said, here is the question. Are you guys ready? And I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock. This question is very simple. What state? Here is the question. I'll repeat it twice. After I say it the second time, you're going to have 30 seconds to get those answers in. The first person with the correct answer is the winner. What state has the most crunk, hype, white people that can dance their butts off? I'm going to say it again. What state has the most crunk, hyped, white people who can dance their butts off? 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let's see what y'all got. Let's see what you guys have. Original Copper Sun said none. Oh, there are some. No answers in the chat, please. Y'all got 8 seconds left. 3 seconds. All right, time's up. Let's see what y'all got. All right, so I'm going to tell you who is, let me make sure I'm getting the right person first. Hold on. Somebody said California. Let me tell y'all some of these answers. Somebody said California, Tennessee, California, New York, Indiana, Texas. A couple of people said Texas. The winner is Donna Kendall. Donna Kendall said New Orleans. Okay, yes, it's Louisiana. It is Louisiana. Okay, with that all being said, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Like and share. So with that all being said, let me download this book. Even though actually New Orleans isn't a state, it's Louisiana, but I'll give it to you. I see some people in the chat said Louisiana. Y'all need to sit down somewhere because I specifically told you ragamuffins. I told you ragamuffins not to put answers in the chat. Measure Man says, glad to catch a live. Been on Allie's bumper, the real queen of receipts. Yes, Nola. Thank you, beloved. Thank you for your contribution to the channel. All right. And for your insight into the topic. And yes, stay on Allie's bumper. Okay. Because Allie been out here telling whole lies. Please pay attention. Now, Donna, I'm about to send you your ebook. And then I'm going to show you all. Hold on. Because I got proof. I got proof of who is the most crunk white folk. Now, in this video that I'm about to play, I had to edit the music because they were dancing to Lil Bootsy's song. What is the name of that darn song? What is the name of that song? Wipe Me Down. They were dancing to Wipe Me Down. So, oh, Donna Sher said that's me. Okay, Donna, thank you, beloved. All right, and thank you for your contribution to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay. Desmond says, stop timing people out, please. Who's timing people out? And for what reason? timing people out? Sunshine Weston says, please drop the Rumble link. Beloved, can one of my moderators please drop the link to my Rumble channel? You can find me on there at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur 227. Okay? Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur 227. Nessa just said, that ragamuffin. Yes. Okay? So with that all being said, I'm going to show you all this video to prove my point that these are the crunkest white folk. Bar none. All right? Bar none. Let me drop my Rumble link. Hold on. Just in case the mods don't have it. Okay, here it is. I'm dropping the Rumble link in the chats. Thank you for asking, beloveds. I'll be posting something on there sometime this week. And now, with that all being said, let's get into it. Now, like I said, I had to edit the music. They're dancing actually to wipe me down, but I added my own music because I don't want any copyright issues. Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. We keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle with no.
Now, y'all know they was jigging. Y'all know they was jigging. Okay? They were getting down with it. All right. And so please pay attention. It goes to to Louisiana. Period. All right. Period. So with that all being said, I'm sure they get invited to all the crab broils. All right. So anyway, with that all being said, I hope you all had a good time during this live. Reggie said it's ragged, but the moves are there. Just an ode to our influence in this country and the world. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Vince, I'm not even going to read that. Okay. Vince talking about, I have several questions. Andrew Vince said, that doesn't look like dancing. That looks like epilepsy. Well, that's how they jig down there in New Orleans. That's what they call it, jigging. And that's how they do it. Okay. So that all been said, I'll show y'all some Black people doing it tomorrow, and you'll see that that's how they do it. Okay, so with that all been said, everyone please like and share. Okay, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hold on, somebody said music today really sucks. Well, some of it does. You didn't like the Queen song? You didn't like the Queen song, beloved? Let me tell you all something. I just thought about something. Speaking of music that sucks, it made me think about Sexy Red. And y'all know I have gone in on Sexy Red on several occasions. Do y'all know Sexy Red had the nerve to say that she looked like 50 Cent? Sexy Red had the nerve to say that she looked like 50 Cent. Now, I just had several questions. Because what? Girl, if you don't sit down somewhere talking about you look like Curtis Jackson, I absolutely cannot with Sexy Red. And she was so serious, y'all. Please pay attention. Please pay attention, okay? With that all being said, somebody said Tennessee. Measurements, it ain't nothing sexy. Okay, I have to agree. I have to agree. Jeff said she disses herself, shaking my head. Aqua Girl writes that Queen, her name is Red. Okay, that's all it should be. I want y'all to pay attention. But yes, honey, she said that she looks like 50 Cent. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Because 50 Cent reposted it and said, how did I get in this? Okay, here it is. No, that's not it. That's a fake page. Hold on. Hold on, beloveds. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And listen, you guys make sure you keep your notifications on because I just might go live again today. Okay, later on this evening. Here it is right here. Now, let me share my screen, honey, because she needs to sit down somewhere. Talk about she looked like 50 Cent, honey. She could never. Do y'all hear me? Sexy Red could never. Okay, please pay attention.
I had went to the doctor. Remember, I was like, I'm getting them smaller. They was too small. So I went home. I went and looked in the mirror. I looked like 50 Cent. You know when 50 Cent had the vest on? I'm going to show you the picture. I was in the mirror crying with the little vest on, the little shirt.
Oh, okay, that was the first time you had gotten smaller.
No. Okay, you know how they was just huge. I waited all the way to January. I waited till January 6th to come get them redone. I got them redone. I did not like them. They was too tiny. So then I was like, put the big ones back in. Put that. So now I got these. Girl, the bra they gave me looked so big. And
yeah, she know darn well nothing about her ever could look like 50 Cent. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, Black Airman said, I'm done. I'm done too, honey. When she said she looked like Curtis Jackson. If she don't sit down somewhere, 50 Cent said, how did he get in this itch? Honey, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, please make it all make sense, Sexy Red. Or as I love to call her affectionately, nonetheless, Dusty Red. Okay? So with that all being said, Dorada said, just ghetto at its finest. April said, tattoos on face, shaking my effing head. I know, right? That young lady is just not it. Okay, she's just not it. I'm sorry. She is not cute at all to me. Luna said, you won't be back until tomorrow, Queen. Just got my notification. You just got your notification. This is all so sad. Okay, so anyway, I might, now if there is some interesting news, you never know. So just stay tuned just in case, okay? So, but anyway, in the meantime, between time, I love you all to life. Did you all happen to pay attention to the moon? Have you all paid attention to the wolf moon? Once in the chat if you have. Once in the chat if you have, because you know last night Mars met the wolf moon. Oh, damn. Y'all know what? I wanted to show you guys the video because that moon was beautiful and it had like a red tint around it. How many of you saw it? Once in the chat. How many of you saw the wolf moon after Mars met it on last night? Anybody? Y'all saw it? Did y'all record it? Because y'all know I always be recording stuff like that because I do my full moon rituals and new moon rituals and all that stuff. Y'all know how I do. Okay, y'all know how I do. And that's when I take the time to really focus on my manifestation and meditation because as you know, the energy from the full moon, from these moons is very powerful. Okay, please pay attention. So with that all been said, you guys have to keep up with the lunar cycles. That's what you all should be doing. You should be keeping up with the lunar cycles. You should be manifesting. There's a very powerful energy that comes from these moons, okay? And for those of you who's followed the spiritual channel, you already know all of this. So we've talked about it a myriad of times. Okay, here's my video right here. I'm going to upload this. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. It's just a little 30-second clip, but I want you all to really see how beautiful this moon was last night. Chris Jackson said part of the electrical went out. Really? Speaking of electrical going out, somebody told me that they're turning off the power in California. Have you all heard about that? Let me look it up real quick. So they're about to turn off the electricity. Let me see here. Somebody told me this morning. California Power Company CEO talks about cutting off. Yeah, so it's true. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm glad I thought about it. Because don't y'all find that interesting that they want to turn off the power? Okay, what's going on here? I have several questions. Now, okay, while the video's uploading, let's just get into it. I'm going to share my screen because there's a video about this. They talked about it on the news. They actually had spoken about it on the news. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. See, this is why y'all can't just leave early when I say it's ending, because sometimes it really ain't. Because the queen be forgetting.
President and CEO of Edison International. It's the parent company in Southern California. Edison, thanks for joining us this morning, sir. And let's begin with what Matt was just talking about right there. What can you tell us about any possible connection between your equipment and that Eaton fire?
Well, George, thanks for having me on. And let me just start by saying our hearts go out to everybody who's been impacted. My wife and I have lived in the Pasadena area for almost 37 years, so this is home. And a big thank you to all the firefighters and first responders and our workers who've been on the job. What we reported in an incident report to our state commission was that we were aware first of attorneys who asked for evidence preservation and media attention, but at that point, we had not seen any evidence on our system of electrical anomalies, electrical disturbance. Typically, when there's a spark created by equipment, you will see that kind of electrical anomaly. We haven't seen that. That said, we have not been able to get up close to the equipment yet because firefighters have not deemed the area safe for entry. So we'll, as soon as we can get close to it, we'll inspect and we'll be transparent with the public.
So you haven't ruled out a connection?
You can't rule out anything ever until you can get your eyes on the equipment. Certainly, we've seen the photos and the videos. But again, at this point, we have not seen the kind of electrical anomaly that you would usually see with an event like this. But again, we may find something different. So we want to inspect. We want assistance from investigators, and then we want to be transparent with the public.
You also filed an incident report about downed equipment in the area of the Hearst fire. Any connection between that downed equipment and the Hearst fire?
Well, we don't know yet. We did say that we saw damage to the equipment, but we did notice that the reported start time of that fire was 10:10 p.m. We first saw an electrical anomaly in our system at 10:11 p.m. And so with that being so close in time, we don't know whether the damage happened before or after the start of the fire.
Should you have shut off power earlier?
We have a rigorous program for shutting off power, and shutting off power comes with risks and consequences too. It's a big challenge for our customers. But we operate under a wildfire mitigation plan that is approved by our commission. There's oversight from the State Office of Energy Infrastructure Safety. We did extensive power shutoffs throughout this event. And in fact, I want to say thank you to the customers who've been impacted by that, because that's a hardship for them. At a peak between public safety power shutoffs and other outages, we had over 500,000 customers out. Most of those have been restored now. We still have about 34,000 customers out from this last windstorm, and about 23,000 of those are from public safety power shutoffs. But we know there's another wind system that's picking up here, so we have about 450,000 customers who we've warned that they may need to have their power shut off.
That's what I was going to ask you about. So you've just warned them so far. You haven't shut off the power about this new red flag warning?
Correct. That's correct. And there's protocols that we have. We have team monitoring 24/7, both looking at telemetry from, wind speed meters, other information. We have ice on the ground. And again, it's a protocol that we've established with our state regulators to make sure we have a responsible use of public safety power shutoffs.
Okay, Mr. Pizarro.
And I'll tell you, LA County Chief Marone said that these help save lives.
Thank goodness for that.
Okay, so I guess that makes sense. I didn't understand why he was cutting it off when they told me, because they just said that they're cutting off the power. And I'm like, for what? Okay, so I guess that makes sense. But at the end of the day, possibly that equipment, the electrical equipment, Maybe that was the cause, as some people have speculated. You can contact the queen. Okay, thank you for putting my email in the chat, beloved. Okay, so let's just look at this moon, and then we're out of here for now. So when we have these full moons, the energy stays in the air for 3 to 4 days. So if you forget to do your ritual on the first day, you can always do it within the 3 to 4 day range. Okay. Keita said it looked like an orb floating. I know it did, right? It absolutely did. So with that all been said, Adrian said, Queen, did you know that ancient people said that the moon wasn't always there, and that before that moon, women didn't get menses? I've heard that before. I've heard people say that the moon is fake. Jeff ATL said that moon looks like, hold on, said that moon looks like what? Looks like a sun shining. I know it was bright. Okay, so with that all being said, Queen Sam said, was it Mars that close last night? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, I'm out of here. Okay, I am out of here. So like stuff, everyone please like and share. I see OG Patrice made it to the chat, even though we're about to leave, beloved. Okay, so like stuff, everyone. I want to thank you all for tuning back in once again. Keep those notifications on because I may possibly go live again. You never know what the queen is cooking. And I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. And also, I want to tell you all, try to help someone if you can. Do something positive or tell someone at least a good, kind word. It'll make them feel better, and it should lift your spirits and make you feel better as well. Okay, and remember that no candle loses its flame from lighting another. Okay, peace and blessings. Talk to you all again soon.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got